Alright, so we were doing problem 46 in the exam, and y'all were having a lot of questions, so I'm going to go over it right now. So we have this 1 equals 120. If I do a semicircle, that'll be 180. So we have 120 plus question mark is equal to 180. We subtract 120 to both sides to find out what is question mark. They cancel out. Question mark will end up being 60 degrees. So over here we have 60. We know that this is an isosceles triangle, and the triangle has to equal 180. So this means that this should be 60 and this should be 60, because if we put it in any other numbers, it won't add up to 180 because they both have to be the same. So now we know that this angle and this angle are vertical angles. So based on the lecture that we did today, vertical angles are like this. So whatever's in over here, it reflects over here. So this is also 60 degrees. And then this is a triangle. Let's focus on it. And it's an isosceles triangle. So over here, and the theorem that we learned about an isosceles triangle theorem means if their sides are equal, that means their opposite angles are equal. So that means this is equal to this. This side is equal to over here. And as we did over here, their vertical angles. Over here, their vertical angles as well. So x is equal to 60 degrees. Copy it down if you haven't. Pause it for a moment if you had to copy out the work. Now we're going to work on problem 48. So 48 was a really complex, tricky, because you needed to use both numbers, both theorems, converse and isosceles theorem. So while I'm drawing it, you should be drawing it as well, so you can have a better understanding and breakdown of how to do it. So this side is congruent, and this side is congruent. This side is angles congruent, this angle is congruent. And then we have 12 over here, and 2x minus 12 over here. Awesome. So we'll focus on this triangle over here. So over here it tells you one side is congruent and one angle is congruent. So right here you have to use an isosceles theorem and converse theorem. So right here, if this side is equal, that means the opposite angle is congruent. If this angle is equal, that means the opposite side is congruent. Over here, this side is equal, that means this angle is congruent. If this angle is equal, that means this side is congruent. Now we can build out two equations. This side is equal and this side is equal. So we can create an equation that is 12 plus equal to 2x minus 12. We subtract, we add 12 to both sides to leave 2x by itself. We have 24 is equal to 2x. We divide 2 to both sides, or x is equal to 12. Now you can plug it in to see if that works. So 2 times 12 is 24, minus 12 is 12. Great. So this is how we do problem 48. Now we're going to move on to problem 50. If you still need help in all this, pause it and take notes on them. Great. Now we're going to focus on problem 50. So it tells me this is congruent and this is congruent. And this is a right triangle. So it also tells me that this angle over here is 68. So right here we're gonna focus on this triangle right now. So this is telling me this is 68. This should be 68 as well, because we're using the isosceles theorem. So this side is equal and this side is equal. Their opposite angles are congruent. So this is also congruent. So we have 68 degrees plus 68 plus question mark is equal to 180. And also we're trying to find out angle measurement 2, and it tells that angle measurement 2 is 4x minus 2. Great. So now we add this up. So we have 68 plus 68. I'm going to multiply 68 times 2 because it's the same thing. So we have 16 at 1. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. So we have 136 plus question mark equals 180. We subtract 136 to both sides, and question mark will give us 10, 7, so we have 44. So that means over here we have 44. Alright, awesome. So now if you see clearly over here, we also have a right angle over here. So what that means is that 44 plus measurement of angle 2 that we have in the equation, 4x minus 2 is equal to 90 degrees. And the reason why it's equal to 90 degrees is because over here we have a right angle. So with that said, we add 44 minus 2 is 42 plus 4x equal 90. Now we subtract 42 to both sides, and we have 4x is equal to 48. Yeah, I'm gonna erase this. We don't need this no more. Great. So now we divide 4 to both sides, and we get 4 goes into 4 one time. Bring down the 8. 4 goes into 8 two times. So x goes 12. X equals 12. And that is how you solve problem 50. Now we are going to move on and do problem 52. So problem 52, it tells me measurement of angle 2 is equal to 13x plus 3. Great. So now I'm going to draw it. While I'm drawing it, you all want to actually be drawing it as well, so you guys have a clear understanding of how to do this. And then over here, so this is 146, and then we have congruent, 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 and 2. Great. So this is problem 52 in the exam. So if I do a semicircle over here, we know it's 180. So we have 146 plus question mark equals 180. So now we subtract 146 to both sides, and question mark will give us 10, 7. So it will be 4, 3. So question mark will be 34. So we'll have 34 over here. So we know that this side, this triangle over here is isosceles, and we know when the isosceles theorem goes along, that means this angle and this angle are congruent. So this is also 34. So now we use vertical angle, so this is 34 as well. And this is also an isosceles triangle. So we also use the isosceles theorem. So that means if these two sides are equal, the opposite angles are equal. So this is 34 too. So angle 2, measurement of angle 2 will be 146.